I am back once again with more DIY Body Works and Wellness Tips, and as always featuring my publication, I Touch Myself and I Like It. It's a DIY self-massage, acupressure, reflexology, and Wealth-flex-ology journal recorder. And I'm actually back to share about my central nervous system and digestive system sort of mini retreat that I've been doing for myself, kind of during a self-care overall general protocol well-being retreat that I'm doing. And so I figured, I've made 2 videos so far. Let me make another one to invite you also to participate in creating your own mini retreat. And so I'm going to feature just a few of the things I've incorporated during this retreat. Also, there's going to be a playlist or a few playlists within the description where you can also partake in some of the activations that I do for the new anatomy, and that's for the central nervous system, and also some of my other videos for the digestive system, reflexology, and just DIY work. So I featured in a few of the other videos just some of what I've been incorporating. So so far I have had the lemon balm tea, and it calms the nervous system and supports digestion as well. And I didn't feature this one, but this is what I'm actually having next, and it's the ginger peach turmeric tea, and it's very good for digestion as well. And I do have another video where I'm actually featuring this particular one. The cozy chamomile tea and the lavender tea are ones that I'm actually going to wait and have closer to the evening when I'm in a more relaxed state, and those will help me to relax even more. So those are the ones that I'm going to sort of end my day with. Also, the skull cap, I've taken that already, the liquid extract, and this helps with stress in the body, but also helping to calm the central nervous system as well. And then I'm going to be having my lunch soon, and I'm going to be taking my probiotic afterwards. So as you can see, I'm working on the central nervous system and my digestive system, and just have these that I'm incorporating, during my time. But I'm also taking time out to listen to my own activations, and also some other respectful experts and healers that I trust and support, their works on well-being. And so I'm incorporating that into my retreat time as well. So I'm just going to show on the left foot, and I've done this in other videos that I'll link, but working on the central nervous system and also the digestion. And so starting with the central nervous system, see if you can see this here, where I'm going to just start working up the spine area. And the spine is from the heel, it's all the way up to here, and then this is the brain. And so when you're working the big toe, you're working the brain, you're working the face. This is the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, and then there's the pituitary gland. The mouth is right in here, the nose is over here, and then this is the neck. But all of this is really working the brain. And so I'm just going to do just a quick little walk up the nervous system. Hopefully you can see that. Up the spine, I should say, working for the nervous system here. So, yeah, and so then I'm just working, just working these areas here. I like to give lots of love there. The digestive system, well, primarily the stomach area is what I've been working on. And so I always demonstrate this by sort of blocking off. And right here is where you start to work the stomach, and you come underneath the 4th toe area, and then you curve around to the hip liner area here, and that's where you work the stomach, that part of the digestive system. And here's the pancreas, and I always say do not work in this area unless you're being intentional. When you want to work on your digestion, just work it in this one area. Don't work it in the opposite area, because it's going to back your stomach up. You don't want to do that. So just work in that area. And also the mouth is part of the digestive system, so you can work in there as well. and work your esophagus. And so those are kind of the basics. So I'm just giving just a general overview once again. But yeah, so I want to invite you to create your own retreat, and you can actually do this even with what I'm going to provide within the description. But also too, you can secure a copy of I Touch Myself and I Like It. But if you don't have a copy of this already and you want to get started with your retreat, then it's going to be good for you to take time out and to read the introduction to this book, and the writings tells a little bit about my story and everything, and it's co-authored with my great friend and awesome colleague, Joseph L. Jones Jr. But you can actually still participate in doing this process and looking at the videos that I will provide and having this experience for yourself. So if you just have a notebook, or you just have just a piece of paper in general, but I would say, of course, have more than one piece of paper if you don't have this journal, or if you have your own composition, where you can write this down: the power of my touch, explore, experience, and enhance, and just allow it to be what your encounter is going to be. So here are questions that you, or statements that you can use so that you can participate and say, I touch myself by doing. So you just write these down, and I feel, I felt, and then my results or benefits were. So if you just jot those down, you can still participate and then have some more room to write other insights, that come up, for you. Also, this is a Wealth-flex-ology recorder as well. So if you are intentional about your wealth, or just other areas in your life that, as you're working on yourself, may call for you to draw some attention, give some attention to them, you can write this question out, or this statement, and complete it. I also worked on my Wealth-flex-ology and or other areas such as, and then talk about what your results and your outcomes were, and then just be able to write some more notes. And certainly if you do this, I would love to hear about your experience. So be sure to share your experience in the comment section. But yeah, so you can set up your own retreat, and it doesn't have to be an all-day retreat. You can customize it accordingly. You can do something just in the morning with maybe a cup of tea or so, and nice healthy breakfast or so, some really nice relaxing music, and then just use some of the videos that I have below, or just other ones that you feel guided and feel aligned to do some DIY body work on yourself, and just take care of your overall well-being. So yeah, so I'm just promoting that, or encouraging you to do that. So again, my publication, I Touch Myself and I Like It, there'll be a link in the description also if you want to secure a copy about this for this publication, and learn more about other things that I do. But something else that I want to say really quick is that you can plan out different levels of retreats. And sometimes you might just do a Jumpstart Wellness retreat, or a Jumpstart DIY retreat, where it is something just short, or you are just intentional that throughout the day you're going to take time out to whether do deep breathing, do some self-massage, acupressure, or the reflexology aspect, and then incorporate just some healthy components to help elevate what you're doing. But you can plan this out, like I said, in different stages. So sometimes you might do an actual longer day retreat or a weekend, and maybe you will secure a copy of this publication, or just plan it out accordingly. But yeah, but I just thought, I should invite you all to participate in doing your own, since I'm just, doing one for myself in between what I'm doing. Just being very intentional today to work on those specifics. They're not the only things that I'm working on, but those are the ones I would say are my main highlights. And also I'm working on a new work in this area as well, because that came up in my Wealth-flex-ology time as I was being present with my body. And so I'm definitely doing a work to combine the central nervous system and the digestive system, because I have a unique story around that, and even how I've come to do what I do. And so I'm going to expand that work by combining those together. So that's just something, like I said, I'm doing, and I figured I should make another video and just invite you all to, yeah, create and customize your own experience. So again, there'll be information within the description, and you can see you know, how to get started with that. So as always, I love bringing these types of videos to you, and just really basic helpful tips to help make this process really non-intimidating, to know that you do have the power within your touch to bring forth healing and wholeness to yourself and to others. So I look forward to sharing more with you soon.